Hello students, let's start chapter number 4, Analytical Chemistry. Students, this chapter is very easy and important from board point of view. First, introduction of the chapter. Analysis. Determination of the chemical component in a given sample is known as analysis. Analysis is basically of two types. One is qualitative analysis and second is quantitative analysis. Qualitative analysis includes identification of the unknown substances. On the other hand, quantitative analysis involves determination of the composition of the mixture, which means which elements are present in a particular compound, and it can be identified by the change in the color of the substance. Qualitative analysis is done with the help of reagents, and reagents are the substances that reacts with another substance to form a new product. And students, remember one thing: the salts of representative elements, that is elements which are present in group number 1 and 2 and from 13 to 17, they are generally colorless, while those of transition elements from group number 3 to 12, they are colored. And here are some colors of the compounds are given in table. Colorless ions, all representative elements, they are colorless ion, and colored ions are present in the transition group, that is cupric ion, blue color, ferrous ion, light green, ferric ion, yellowish brown, nickel ion, green, chromium ion, green, manganese ion, pink. So this table you have to learn. Next is definition of precipitation, as you have done in your junior classes also. Precipitation is the process of formation of insoluble solid when two solutions are mixed together, and the solid formed is known as precipitate. So students, in this chapter we will study action of a strong base, that is sodium hydroxide, on certain metallic salt solution when it is added drop by drop or when it is added in excess. And second, action of weak base, that is ammonium hydroxide, on certain metallic salt solution, again when it is added drop by drop or when it is added in excess. So let's discuss the first table, that is action of sodium hydroxide solution on metallic salt solution. First is calcium nitrate. Calcium nitrate is colorless. When it is dissolved in sodium hydroxide, it results in the formation of white precipitate of calcium hydroxide, which is sparingly soluble in excess of sodium hydroxide. So the basic principle behind these reactions are double decomposition, that is, there is exchange of the radicals, positive of the first one combined with the negative of the second reactant, and positive of the second reactant combines with the negative of the first, resulting into different precipitates. Second example is salts of iron. First one, when iron has +2 valency, that is ferrous sulfate. Ferrous sulfate, which is green in color, FeSO4, when it is dissolved in little quantity of NaOH, it results in the formation of dirty green precipitate of ferrous hydroxide, FeOH twice plus Na2SO4, which is insoluble in excess of sodium hydroxide. Same way, when ferric salt in which iron valency is +3, for example FeCl3, which is yellow in color, is dissolved in little quantity of sodium hydroxide, it forms reddish brown precipitate of ferric hydroxide, which is insoluble in excess of sodium hydroxide, along with sodium chloride is formed. Fourth salt is copper sulfate. When blue color copper sulfate, that is CuSO4, is dissolved in little quantity of sodium hydroxide, it forms pale blue precipitate of copper hydroxide, which is insoluble in excess of sodium hydroxide. Fifth one, zinc sulfate. Colorless zinc sulfate, when dissolved in little quantity of sodium hydroxide, it forms gelatinous white precipitate of zinc hydroxide along with sodium sulfate. This white gelatinous precipitate of zinc hydroxide dissolves in excess of sodium hydroxide, resulting in the formation of soluble sodium zincate. Along with that, water is formed. As zinc hydroxide is amphoteric in nature, it dissolves both in alkali as well as acids. Sixth one, lead salt. Soluble lead salt, that is lead nitrate, when dissolves in little quantity of sodium hydroxide, it forms chalky white precipitate of lead hydroxide, and along with that, sodium nitrate is formed. This chalky white precipitate of lead hydroxide is soluble in excess of sodium hydroxide, resulting in the formation of soluble sodium plumbate. Last is ammonium salts. When ammonium salts like ammonium chloride and ammonium sulfate is dissolved in alkalis, that is bases, for example sodium hydroxide, and it is heated, it results in the formation of respective salts along with water and pungent smelling gas, ammonia, it is released. Potassium hydroxide solution also shows the same reactions as it is given by sodium hydroxide. So students, from this topic, 3 questions are possible. One is related to equations, second is color change, and third is solubility.